guys, Sim here. Welcome back to another episode of Simple Chat. Today we have a special guest. His name is ChePeow, and he has been in the fitness industry for a very long time in the Malaysia fitness scene. So ChePeow is, I would say back then he was very heavily invested in the fitness industry. He was a personal trainer. He helped manage a huge gym in Penang, Malaysia. And very far back, he was also a multiple regional champion in bodybuilding. And now, recently, I think a few months ago, he just turned pro in WMBF. He is a master athlete. He just turned, can I tell that you just turned 40 last year?
Yep, sure.
Okay, that means that with his age, he has a lot of experience, like working with clients, managing a gym, being a bodybuilder, a natural bodybuilder for more than 20 years. So this is why we have him here. And this podcast is going to be slightly different because he has multiple identities. He is a personal trainer, which is he has a very valuable knowledge for general public. But at the same time, he's also a natural pro bodybuilder. So he has a lot to share regarding contest prep and for athletes out there. So this will be split into two sections. First, we will talk more about knowledge for general public, and then we'll move on to more competition-based sharings. Okay. Welcome, ChePeow. Anything you want to share before we start?
It's always weird to hear introduction about myself. Well, I think we can just jump straight to the topic and then get warm up. And then if there's anything I want to add in, then I'll plug it in.
Okay. Okay. I invited you over. We had this conversation before. I did one podcast with YY. She shared a lot in terms of try to lose weight and stuff. And I think we could start with a very common term that we hear as a trainer. We know, what do you think the word tone really mean?
The tone, I think for me, the word tones is like, it happens like 20 plus years ago, where a lot of people, they are not very educated about putting on muscle. The moment you tell them put on muscle, they think, oh, I'm going to get so big. They get a shock. And then I was like, no, I just want to build a little bit of muscle and lose fat. So to me, I'm like, oh, that is what I'm trying to do my whole life. I'm just trying to tone up as well. Yeah. So I guess tone is a word that a lot of people use it just to cover what they really want. And they are not really understanding about muscle building and fat loss. It's like, for women instance, you can't put on a lot of muscle based on your hormone. And it takes a lot of eating and training for male to put on sufficient amount of muscle to look the so-called tone look they are looking for. It's actually a lot of effort. And probably is a human nature to say that, oh, I don't want to be so big and so toned, so that they don't have to invest so much time or effort into it.
I think I can also piggyback a bit on that. So most of my clients, they wanna see improvements in terms of their physique or body composition. I think what you're saying is very close to doing like a body recomp. Basically, I want my body fat to be lower, so I can see some lines.
Yeah, some lines.
Yeah, and then but in order to see some lines, I kind of want a little bit of muscle, but not too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, with normal general public, what they want is they just want to bring down some body fat and put on some muscle. But there isn't a good way to put it. I want to achieve what? So that's how the word tone comes into play. With I wanna get toned.
Yeah, it's a more mild word for general public. Yeah, it's like it's easier. Does not require a lot of effort. Doesn't have to go through a grueling diet and training regime. So they are like, okay, I just want to. So the word is always just, J-U-S-T, want to. So they make it like very, very reserved and be very careful so that the personal trainer don't kill them. That might be the reason.
Do you think that there's a lot of difference where the people who wants to get toned versus the people who wants to I want to get big, muscular, and get lean? Do you think there's a lot of difference between these two?
Technically, no. It will based on the time that you invest in the effort and the willingness of eat a ton of chicken breast.
So does that mean regardless of how much time and effort, the things that you need to do to get toned or get very big as a bodybuilder or like a so-called bodybuilder like physique, it's just a matter of how much you're doing it?
Yes. If you just want to have like if you're a skinny guy, you just want to tone, it will probably be quite easy. You don't really have to eat a lot. You just have to train a little bit. You will see the line, skinny guy with six pack.
Okay, so that is our common daily conversation. So most of our clients would ask us, how long will it take to get toned, to get this? But it actually depends on who you are and where you are.
Yes. The effort that invest in and sometimes when I'm not really having a good day, when they come out, let me tell the client will be like, I just want to be toned. I say, okay, let me tell you what you want, and then you tell me if I'm right. we hear so much of it that we get so tired and frustrated. Someday you just don't feel like entertaining those questions. Yeah.
Okay, let's get into the meat of the getting toned. Let's stick to the word tone. I think most people who are listening, if they think the word tone, like we just discussed, is basically somewhat close to what they want. And tone is basically still building some muscle, losing some fat, by not investing too much. You said the word grueling.
Grueling.
Not too grueling. Okay. So what are the essentials of building muscles as a whole?
Regarding the tone, I will usually, let me add this on, is like, I'll usually ask them, okay, give me a person's body that you want to, the tone body that you want. Then they'll be like Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay.
And then they'll be like, Thor. I was like, well, one pays million to exercise to look a certain way, and one is a professional world top-notch athlete. I say, what do you think? Is it going to be easy?
Oh, that's great. That's a great way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, whose body you want? And then I was like, okay, go YouTube and look at their workout program. Then come back, we continue discuss about that. Yeah, that's why I'll usually ask the new client or something. And you're asking what is the minimum effort of getting toned.
Yeah.
I like to give minimum option. I always tell my clients, I say, well, if you are so lazy one day and you decided to not get a trainer or what, then you just do one exercise, just deadlift. Yep. End of story.
Just deadlift?
It's functional. It works your big muscle group. It'll somewhat get you toned. Does not require a lot of effort or technique. Yep. Just deadlift. Yeah, that is like, I keep telling everyone that who's not my client, I say, can you please just do deadlift? Yeah, I'm like begging them to do deadlift.
Because deadlift is, like you said, very beneficial in terms of
Functional
muscle groups they're using, functional. Yeah. But other than deadlift, if a person who wants to be more, he wants a more holistic approach onto like, what can I get by with doing exercise? Let's say most people say I want to do 5-6 days training a week. But
really?
For general public, what is the best recommended if they just do 3 days a week?
Okay, 3 days a week, I'll be like, okay, push day, pull day, and the leg day. Yeah, compound exercise. So you will do chest, shoulder, tricep, day one on the push day, and then on the pull day you'll do back, bicep, some abs, and then leg days with hamstring, glutes, quads.
Yeah, man.
I'm because of my job as a personal trainer in a commercial gym, the nature of it is most clients that we come across are like really general people.
Yeah.
They will tell you what they want, and then 3 sessions down the road, they will change like, oh, we just do something easy and functional. So it will be somewhat a functional workout and a little bit of body part. For instance, I will not have my female client do any chest exercise.
Likewise, same.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
it's just
It's if they have only 3 hours with a trainer and you know very well they are not coming to the gym, then you will have to pick the best exercise and the best investment for their time.
that's right.
Yeah.
True.
Big body part. Yeah. And I usually don't have my clients do abs as well. Yep.
Same. Me too. Me too. Likewise. But so in terms of resistance training, so if it's like 3 days a week and we have them do like push pull leg workout, but even if it's female, you would recommend push pull leg, but just take away the chest.
Faster pace.
Faster pace.
Way faster pace.
Okay.
Lighter weight.
Lighter weight. So it's more challenging to their cardiac vascular function.
Actually for me, it's very much depending on what my client is willing to do. Yeah. At the end of the day, I'll be like, okay, as long as he keep coming in, if that person keep coming into the gym, I can slowly convince or lure or trick them into doing the right thing.
Yeah.
So I try not to scare them away at the beginning stage. I have clients that take 3 to 4 years to convince them to start doing a deadlift.
Yeah. You said something very that's very key. As long as they keep coming to the gym.
Yeah.
So one of the most important thing is that, like you said, we don't scare them away.
Yes, correct.
So my first usually my first session with my client, my new coming clients, is usually quite easy, so that they think, oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. But I do it in a very moderate way, so that it's somehow easy, but you're new, you're learning the movements. I don't want to get you injured. You're learning, so I'll keep it slow at first. Then we slowly build up from there.
Usually I'll just try to keep the rest time interesting by telling them what they need to do, give them some fun facts. The muscle you have, the more fats you're going to lose. You know, as if they're women, I'll be like, yeah, it will be almost impossible for you to pack on that much muscle. So it's a little bit of a trick and a little bit of facts to keep the rest time interesting, because they are going to do very minimum at the first few session. So you don't just stand there and just wait the time. They'll be like, oh, you're wasting my time or not doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the part where it's like exercise, resistance training, or like what's it, like the circuit training.
Yeah.
What about diet? What would you say for people who is looking to build muscle, looking to get toned, or just trying to be more healthy or physically pleasing? What would you say in terms of diet?
I will ask what are they currently doing, what their diet is like, and then I'll be like, how about you just try to add on 2 whole egg every day?
Sure.
End of story.
Yeah.
I said, then when they ask more, I said, okay, let's talk about it 4 weeks later if you're still doing the 2 eggs every day. Yeah. Then I'll be like, okay, then how about you add another 100 grams of chicken breast on top of everything you eat? I usually very rare, I'll ask them to take out anything of their current diet. Because once they engage a trainer and they have a concept of they want to go on a diet, they are going to take something out by themselves. So to me, I don't think I will have to tell them that.
I agree. I agree.
And usually by the 2nd week, they will be like, hey, can I do more of that? I say, okay, I don't like to make huge changes for my client. I always use the 20% rules. I say I'll only, whatever it is, the changes will be 20% or less. Anything more than 20% for majority of the people, especially they have not go through certain level of athleticism training, or they don't have an athletic mentality, it's very, very difficult for them to make the changes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anything more than 20%, it's probably you're setting them up to fail.
Exactly. You know, a side note, usually there are a lot of trainers out there, and every trainers have their own thing, and it's quite I was quite surprised that we share quite the same methodology or outlook in terms of what you just shared, like training and also diet. Like you mentioned adding 2 whole eggs. That's what I would do as well. In the morning, 2 whole eggs, and then for your lunch, just make sure that you have protein. You have fish, chicken, whatever. Just don't go by like a meal without protein at all. Like, I think a very common example is they would go and eat
Hokkien Mee,
noodles,
noodles. Yep.
something like that, and then there's just not enough protein. So I would just say this: make sure you have enough protein, 2 whole eggs. Yeah, but that's just a side note. You mentioned something about training. You said as long as your client keep coming to the gym, and also in terms of your diet, you mentioned about you wouldn't scare them away by removing a lot of stuff, just adding 2 whole eggs.
Yeah.
These two, I think they tie very tightly with consistency. And consistency, we will talk more about consistency in a bit after we talk about the essentials of losing fat. So now that we talked about so getting tone is that you need to build some muscle, you need to lose some fat. So we talked about building muscle. Now let's go on to the essentials on losing fat. What are the core things to lose fat?
Let me wrap up the essential. So when someone come to me and say, "Oh, how am I going to get tone and lose fat?" I said, start going to the gym and keep going back. Okay, that's consistency. Like we're talking about the consistency, and then diet part will be like, okay, try 2 eggs, slowly blend it and make it your lifestyle.
Wait. When you say blend it,
No, not blend and eat it. Okay, I mean blend it into your diet,
into your lifestyle.
So to make it as common as it is for you to eat 2 eggs every day. Yeah. So that is the 2 advice that I would like. Okay, start going to the gym, try the 2 eggs and see how it goes after 4 weeks. Yeah, if they don't come back after 4 weeks, I'll be like, okay. Bye. 治疗. And you're saying lose fat, right?
Yeah, the essentials of losing fat.
Input versus output. How much you take in versus how much you expenditure every day. Yeah.
Okay, so basically it's like how input is how much you eat, you put into your mouth. How much output is basically how much you exercise, basically. Not really exercise, right?
I mean, input versus output, I'll be like, simple way of usually I explain to people is like, you either maintain what you eat, move more, you'll lose weight.
True, that's right.
Move more than what you are currently doing, you'll lose weight.
Yeah.
Okay, or eat less and maintain your physical activity, you will lose weight too, but that is not a very sustainable method to do it.
True.
You can't keep eating less and less from 1,500, you cut to 1,200 to 900 and 600, you're going to die.
Yeah, I mean for bodybuilders to do a competition, we can do that for a short period of time, right? But not for everyday people trying to maintain that very low calorie intakes for a few months.
To me, I still think that, you have a life to live.
Yeah.
Where you have a job, you have family members, you have everything else. So if you don't fuel your body enough, that means you don't put petrol in the car. How do you expect the car to move, right?
Yeah, to move properly.
Correct.
Yeah. I still keep finding similarities in our methodology and also our outlook in terms of that. I would also say the same thing to my clients. Like, you still need to eat properly. Just make sure that it's healthy, and we do some tweaks like adding eggs, like adding vegetables, removing some excessive beans. But yeah, I totally agree with you in terms of that. But let's say if people don't really understand about the calories, things like that, do you have some numbers to throw out there? Let's say I want to lose, I'm 80 kg, I'm a female, I'm 80 kg, and I want to lose 5 kg. And how would you put it?
It comes back to the 1 kilogram of fat. Okay, this is the science, right? Every 1 kilogram of fat you want to lose, technically you need to burn 7,700 calories.
Yeah.
So if you want to lose, let's say we use 10 kilo is easier. So I always have a formula. I say, okay, if you want to lose 10 kilogram of body fat, all you have to do is walk at a speed of 5 kilometers per hour on a treadmill for 60 minutes. It's quite easy, right?
Per day, per week,
Per day.
per day.
I mean, we use 5 kilometers as the speed. So it's a quite easy walk unless your legs are very, very short. That might be a challenge. Okay, if you are a normal height person, 5 kilometers on the treadmill is very, very easy. For 60 minutes, basically is a low intensity. It's very low intensity. It's like a brisk walk. You can go to the mall and do that.
Yeah. Wait, I think on most, just for the people out there doing treadmill, you think, wait, 5 is very quick. Because in my gym, the treadmill, they're using miles.
Yeah,
So,
that's times 1.6.
so times 1.6. So if we divide 5 kilometers per hour by 1.6, I think that's on 2.8 or 3.
Divide that 1.6. 3.1
Yeah.
miles. 3.1 miles an hour. Like I say, I like to give easy solution for people so that they can do it. I wouldn't tell you like, oh, you have to start eating a lot of chicken breast and egg yolk, no rice and all this. After they hear the solution, they will want to quit. And so that 5 kilometers for 6 per hour, 60 minutes, you burn about 350 to 400 calories.
True.
So one day you can have a deficit of 400 calories. Okay, so it takes 22 hours to burn 1 kilogram of fat. It's not a lot, right? If you listen to it, 22 hours is about 1 month.
Yeah. So
You do 1 hour a day.
So basically, you do 1 hour a day, you do 6 days a week. That's already more than 22 hours. Per
Yes,
month.
correct.
And then that helps you lose 1 kilograms of fat.
By science and technically,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
7,700 calorie is 1 kilogram of fat. If you can manage to eat the same and burn extra 7,700 calorie, you are going to burn a kilogram of fat.
Of fat, yeah.
Yes.
So if we use that calculation, 1 month we lose 1 kilograms of fat. That means if for that person, I'm 80 kilograms, I want to lose 10 kg. That means you take 10 months.
10 months.
10
Yes.
months. So this, like, I always tell my clients, you actually added a note here. It's a lifestyle change. So basically, stay active, eat whole foods, and get enough sufficient amount of rest.
Yes.
So with the calculation we just did, if you want to lose weight, just make sure that you do the same thing that is showing effects, and just keep doing it,
Yes.
right?
Correct.
And then make it, like you said, make it into a lifestyle.
Yeah. It is not rocket science, and there is no need to complicate things.
Yeah. So I believe there are a lot of people. I believe there are a lot of people that is already putting this into their lifestyle, already making it a lifestyle, and already seeing a good results, and they are still doing it. But for people who are trying for quite some time, because I had this conversation with my wife. So she had some issue trying to lose weight, and for people out there who is struggling right now, like I understand, like you want me to exercise, I'm exercising. You want me to eat more protein, eat more healthily, I am doing that already, but I'm still not seeing results. Most people say that to me. Right? I've heard that quite a lot. So what is the advice you would give them?
Get a good personal trainer. Get a good and experienced personal trainer, because if you've been doing an hour of walk every day and you're not overeating, you have adequate amount of rest, and your stress level is not skyrocket, then get a trainer. If not, you might want to consider to see a doctor about it. It might be a hormonal problem.
Yeah.
That will be very extreme, which when someone come to me, I'm always skeptical about their diet is on point and their exercise is on point. You know, when we are personal trainer for long enough time, you know that they are probably not telling you the truth. And it's common that people try their luck and want to ask to see if there's a secret that you can lose weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can actually feel that when you are having that conversation with them.
Yeah.
and the conversation usually starts with, see, I'm doing this, but I'm not losing weight. And then as a personal trainer, you need to fact check. So you start having sessions with them, and then you start having more conversation with them. Then you find out, something is not right.
Yeah.
But going back to the hormonal issue, I'm not sure if you have clients that has a similar case, but I have friends and also clients. They really did have hormonal issue where they were trying to lose weight on their own. They do somewhat quite of an extreme diet. I think one of my clients is a she. This usually happens with female, not to be sexist or anything. It's just quite common that they have a pursuit of a body image. So what she did was she had only one meal a day, and that meal is only fruits.
Oh,
let's call it a fruit fasting diet. Let's call it that. And after a while, she lost quite a lot of weight. She's not heavy by any means. She wasn't heavy at all, but she wanted to lose more weight. So she lost, I think, 5 kilograms. And with that 5 kilograms loss, she lost her period as well. And what I can say is, she was very young. She lost her period for a couple of years.
Oh.
And in those years, she started seeing Chinese doctors. Her period came back once. And I'm not sure how she is right now, but it didn't come back. And she approached me wanting to lose weight. But what I did with her is that it's a very hard pill to swallow, but I have to tell her that it's not the best time for you to lose weight right now. You need to be healthier.
Correct.
If you are blindlessly trying to chase that number on the scale, you might lose even more. Yes, and same thing goes with my friend. Similar things.
Okay, for this fruit diet, let me try, and I had a train of thought and then no problem.
Sorry.
Okay, how I see it is usually when this type of client they come to me, I had a few that came to me with a similar problem. I'll tell them that, your body can't possibly be functioning with just so little calorie. You are going to be having malnutrition. So people that are going very low calorie, I would say is unhealthy, because no matter how many pills or vitamins you swallow, it's not going to beat the whole food. And the even hardest thing for people to believe and listen to is you need a lot of fats to produce hormone. So any person that not putting enough fats in their diet, they are going to have a hormonal imbalance problem. For male, without fats you can't produce testosterone. For women, without fats you can't produce estrogen. That's why their periods stop. And I think for men, if you don't have enough fats in your diet, you are probably going to lose your sex drive, your libido, and you're going to lose the function of putting on muscle. Without testosterone, basically a man is just not a man like you. For testosterone, for instance, is to put on a lot of muscle. the more testosterone you have, the more muscle you're going to put on, right? So the less fat you take in is actually very, very counterproductive for especially natural athletes. That is the thing that I keep telling people. I say, if you are a natural athlete, you need to take a lot of fats.
Yeah.
Because we don't have the privilege of extra testosterone.
Yeah. And especially when you are doing a low calorie diet, no matter how low your calories go, you still need some form of fats.
Yes,
You can't
correct.
just do no fats, all carbs and protein.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Carbs will make you feel good, but it's not actually feeling you feel good, but it's actually not good for your body. And the low calories, once any diet that stop your menstrual is wrong. Like you said, it's very, very important to tell them to get healthy first. And a lot of clients that came to me, I look at their diet, I'm like, okay, now the first thing we're going to do is to get your basic metabolic rate up to normal. So if you're taking 1,002 calorie and you're doing so much physical activity, something is very, very wrong. I don't know what your body use as fuel to get you through the whole day. You're probably wasting your muscle. So the less muscle you have, the easier for your body to put on fats. And the more muscle you have, the harder it is for your body to put on fat. That is science. That's a straightforward science. So I always ask them to, okay, let's get your diet, your calorie up to 1,005. And then we go from there. And if you're not willing to listen or follow, then I think it's very hard for the trainer and client partnership to be formed. It's like you already don't trust my judgment. Yeah.
Yeah. I have another side story. She was another client of mine.
Yeah.
You talked about like if you're consuming so little calories and you're doing so much physical activities, what your body uses as fuel. I have this client, also a female, also a very young female. She was also trying to lose weight on her own. So what she did was she running a lot. So increased physical activities. She was eating low calories, but not as low as a fruit fasting diet. She was just removing all of her carbs slowly. Right. And the reason why she came to me was because one day she was running outside and she fainted. And that was quite serious because she got sent to the hospital by ambulance. And then she got checked out by the nurse. The nurse, not sure if it's a nurse or the doctor, I think the doctor told her that your breathing was very slow. It's like I think 1/3 of what normal people would breathe. And your heartbeat was also very slow. So instead of your body finding fuel to stay active, to function normally, they actually cut down your expenses. So if your heart beats slower, your lungs breathe slower, that means you are not using as much energy.
Yeah, I like to explain this to my client as like your computer go into a power save mode. The lower your battery, it's like you're going to like the polar bear, what they do in the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your body will constantly try to shut down and tell you to go to sleep. Hibernate mode.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, so I think there is a lot of things that as coaches, trainers, we need to balance things out. Like I have some clients, they would question me, why are we not doing more? Why are we not losing weight faster than this? But our job is to help you lose weight or be healthy in a safe way. Instead of, if you want to go extreme, you might as well just go extreme on your own. But
I sort of have changed my mind a little bit, and it's like, okay, if you want to go extreme, we can give it a try, but you have to eat this amount, you have to do this amount. I was like, okay, let's go on a full-on contest prep diet for you. So you tell them everything that they need to know and everything that they need to do to see what it is like to get to a certain shape. And I believe that it's very, very important for personal trainer or for anyone to actually educate people, you will just have to hammer really hard into their head. No choice. You have to tell them why is it. So you have to explain to them. So for personal trainer or coaches to be very knowledgeable and know how to help people, guide them into lifestyle transformation is very important. Even people that come to me for contest prep, I will take the time to help them to move into the diet slowly. I said, don't come to me at the last 3 months. If you have only this amount of money to spend it at the first 3 months. At the end, it will be easier. But if you fail your setup and fail to change your lifestyle, competitive bodybuilding lifestyle is a lifestyle too. It's just a very, very hard lifestyle. So you want to move it in slowly. If you do a 360-degree change, you might be able to do it for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Let's say you're a very, very tough person, 2 years, 3 years. Eventually, your brain is going to fright. You're going to end up hating doing what you do.
You mentioned about for people who are not seeing results, hire an experienced personal trainer. But some people who are listening this or watching this, they are gonna be like, why would I need a trainer? Nowadays, I access a lot of information. I can go to YouTube, I can go to Xiaohongshu, people are sharing things. Why would I pay extra to hire a personal trainer? What's your take on this?
With the information overflow, everyone has a platform to deliver message out. Okay, let's say their information is correct. So if you listen to 10 correct information, do you know how to process it? Do you know how to process the message and translate it into what you need to do? You might read something and you can read through the whole book, but not understanding a thing. So you need a trainer that is able to put things together and explain to you. Unless you are very, very experienced, or else you're going to get so confused with all the information that you get. That is, if the information you get is correct. And I mean, we must have seen a lot of misinformation online as well. So what if you cling into a trainer that's been giving up some funny solution and some funny information? A good trainer or a good coach, I would think, is the one that is able to guide you to the right path and move towards the result and not give you the result right away.
I agree. I like how you say when you have clients, you wouldn't have them jump right into the grooming part. You would have them slowly move into it. Like how we said in the beginning, where you wouldn't change their diet, you would just maybe add stuff, you wouldn't remove anything, because doing what they are usually doing is their habit. And their habit was built, if your client is 40 years old, their habits are built for the past 40 years. In order to change it, you can't just say, hey, eat chicken breast, rice, and broccoli for the rest of your life. That is, even you say that to me, I'm like, go away.
I always say that bodybuilders are a bunch of crazy people.
So, I think, okay, let me put it this way. If there is one thing that is the most important in terms of general public, normal people who wants to transform their lifestyle, what would you say is the most important factor?
Consistency. Keep going into the gym. And this is what I see. A lot of people, when they're going into the gym, they want to like, this workout must be so tough. And for me, I keep telling people that my workout is like at 60% and pretty lazy, but I go in every day. Yes. So I think try not to scare yourself away from exercising. If you go into the gym, have a very good workout, and then you saw for 1 week, well, I mean, you can't exercise for the rest of the week, right? And then if you go in for 60% effort, you go in again, you have 120%, you go in again, you have 180%, then you have 240%. It doesn't have to be like a rock star workout every time. Just go in, get through the motion, get out of the gym, get on with your life.
Would you agree that even us as bodybuilders, we are not always 100% the gym as well?
I said my 100% usually is like strike lottery. It's like 100 workout, I might get 1 or 2 that's like really good.
Yeah. I mean, okay, let me play the role of the general public again.
Yeah.
You said instead of 100%, just do 60%. One workout, 2 workouts, 60% is 120%. But the answers that I have experienced is that, see, I get you. I understand that you do 60%, compounding effect is on 120, 180. But why not we do 100? 100, 2 days is 200, 3 days is 300, 1 week is 700. Why not? What are the difference?
There's no way you can recover.
Would you say that, okay, I think recovery is one big thing.
And high intensity, 100% is high intensity, right? I would say that high intensity is very, very hard to achieve. It is, if you know enough, it will be almost impossible to achieve high intensity.
And I also think, even if you can achieve high intensity for 1 session, 2 sessions, okay,
your central nervous system is going to break down.
Like you said, you cannot recover.
Yes, you won't.
I don't think it's something that people can make it stick to their lives for long term.
Yes, definitely not.
Yeah, I think a good word to put it is adherence.
Yes.
So like I always tell my clients, yeah, you can go do the diet right away. Day 1, just do chicken breast, white rice, broccoli. You can, but can you see yourself doing the same thing 2 years later, or even 6 months later for every day?
Yeah.
I don't think you can build your adherence to a certain type of thing. Is that how you go by your?
Like you said, if you build a habit in 40 years, don't expect to change it in 4 months or even 4 years. You have to like really pace yourself and slowly moving into it.
This is why I said like we shared a lot of similarities in terms of how we approach our clients, how we approach getting into a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I think myself, I also have something that I'm working on my own to get to a healthy lifestyle. One big thing is sleep. I think in future episode I'll talk about sleep. I will. Okay. One last thing before we take a quick break, because we need to let the camera take a break from overheating. One last thing, I think this is very key. What is the worst thing for normal people who's trying to get healthy? Not just trying to lose weight, but trying to get healthy. What is the worst thing that they can do? Lose weight or gain muscle? I don't know.
Unrealistic expectation.
Okay,
Yeah.
Can you elaborate more on that?
The example I like to use is you always see the magazine. Well, that was like 20 years ago when magazines still exist. 3 months body transformation, 6-pack in 3 months, summer body in 3 months. So everyone keep thinking that, I need to work really, really hard, diet really, really hard for 3 months, then I'll get the dream body. Or you're just getting started after 3 months. So that is I think the moment you have unrealistic expectation, you didn't hit the goal, you're going to have a very negative thoughts about going into the gym again. It's like, I've been trying this so hard and I'm not really getting the result I want. So the moment you have negative thoughts about going into the gym, you just give yourself another reason to not go into the gym. So it's high intensity. If you train really hard, you wake up as I have to go to the gym and today's workout is going to be so hard. So, and I'm not getting result. So you see the negative thoughts pile up, and that is exactly why people give up. Yeah. That is an unrealistic expectation. How is that? Okay.
Yeah. I think what you said here
and the last one is the too much sudden changes. Like, I want to lose weight. I'm going to eat chicken breast, broccoli, white rice.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to work out so hard. keep telling my clients, I said, the fact that you make an effort coming in 3 times a week to the gym is already a huge earthquake for your lifestyle. I say, don't try to be too ambitious and change too many things at one time. Yeah. If you put on 10 kilos of fats over the time of 10 years, give yourself a year or 2 to lose it out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How much time you use to gain that much fat? You should at least give it more time to lose it, not 3 months.
You will lose it, but you won't be able to sustain it. Yeah, sustainability is one of the things that is most important. Compound result.
Yeah. One analogy that I recently had with my client is that for the clients or people who want to go to the gym 7 days a week, want to do this diet, that diet. One analogy I have for them recently is that imagine doing that. It's like you decided to give birth to 7 kids at once. That is like, you wouldn't think it's possible. It's the same thing with diet. You can't try for 2 days. Imagine you don't have any kids, but you have your friends' kids coming over to your house and staying for the weekend. 3 days, 2 nights. That is a manage, but you cannot have them forever.
Yeah.
So
Kids. I lost you a bit. I was like, so many kids at one time. No good. That's not good.
Yeah. So instead of setting unrealistic goals, that is a big no. What would you suggest instead of not 3 months, but how long? So what type of goals that they need to set in what time frame?
Set a short-term goal. 3 times a week to the gym for 4 weeks.
Okay.
If you think that you do really well, then you might consider going 4 times. And then you still feel that, that's not a lot of effort, then you add on something. Like I said, it's the 20% rules. From 0 time to the gym to 3 times to the gym, I said, that's 300% increment. Imagine your boss give you 300% increment. Wow. It's impossible, right? So once you start 3 times to the gym, once you can do it regularly, then you can look into how you want to take out 20% of unhealthy food, put in 20% of healthy food to your diet. Take it one step at a time, and you will pretty much have to make a life-changing decision. I want to be healthy. I want to look good. It is a life mission. I always tell my client, I was like, it's okay, shit workout today. We have tomorrow. We'll come in again tomorrow. And now just get out of the gym. Yeah. If you don't feel right today, you do something, then just get out of the gym. There's no reason to dwell into it too much. And, yes, that's pretty much it. I said it's a life-changing thing. If you want to be healthy and look good, then you have to change your lifestyle. Without making it a lifestyle, you are pretty much setting up to failure. Yeah, even like we do extreme bodybuilding is a lifestyle. It's a more extreme lifestyle than the general people. I told my client and I told myself, okay, I make a decision to live this lifestyle. I said my analogy is like a monk.
Okay.
So 6 o'clock we wake up, we hit the bell, and then we go and pray, and then we do things. It's a lifestyle thing.
And you repeat.
You repeat every day. It's very, very boring. I don't recommend it to general public.
But there's definitely something they can learn. There is something that you need to be repeating every day for the sake of your health.
Psychologically speaking, human actually feels a lot better if you are disciplined. You will feel better. It doesn't mean that your brain feel better. Your brain is going to feel better if you have a disciplined regime.
I think you feel bad when you're first trying.
Yes.
But once you get it done,
correct.
You will feel better.
Yes, correct. And make it as normal as you can. So make it your lifestyle so that you feel effortless when you go into the gym. Convert. It's a life decision to convert to a healthy lifestyle if you are living an unhealthy one now.
I think that's pretty nice. Let's have you have couple of factors to conclude what we just discussed. For general public, for normal people who is not trying to be a bodybuilder, what are the values that they need to keep in mind to start to see results, to keep the results, and to make it their lifestyle?
And consistency, persistency, and trust the process. The process is like you going in, day out without expecting too much result.
On a short period of time.
Yeah. The result, I always say the result always will come if you put in the work.
So it was consistency, persistency, and trust the process.
Yes, trust the process.
All right. We will come back again.